Hi and welcome back. Now, there are motorcycle manufacturers that make everything from a gearless scooter to a 200 bhp superbike. And at the same time, there are companies that stick to a niche and make special, unique products. Husqvarna seems to be one such company. They made their first motorcycle in 1903, and after the Second World War in the 1950s, when motocross started to become popular in Europe, Husqvarna led the way and quickly became one of the top names in motocross. Their iconic silver pillion was also launched in 1955. Now, fast forward to 2007 and BMW acquires Husqvarna. This led the Swedish company to make their first road bike in decades. The Nuda 900 was launched in 2012, but in 2013 the company was again acquired by someone else, this time by KTM. Later in 2015, Husqvarna revealed a new concept of a road bike called Vidpillion 701. Now, a couple of months back and just a few weeks before the lockdown, Husqvarna entered India and launched their first two bikes, the Vidpillion 250 and the Swartpillion 250. Now, we couldn't ride any of them, but we did had an encounter with the Vidpillion. So this is our first look at Vidpillion 250. Now, just like the original concept of Vidpillion 701, these new smaller Husqvarnas are also based on a KTM Duke, obviously this time a Duke 250. That means they share the same engine, chassis, suspension and the swing arm. There are minor differences though. The Vidpillion weighs 2 kgs more, but it also makes 1 more bhp, at least on paper it does. And this seems to be an excellent setup, since the Duke 250 is already the most powerful bike sold in India in its segment. Anyways, we'll see how it performs when we do a full road test. For now, I believe Husqvarna's biggest selling point would be its unique styling. I mean, it looks fantastic and there is nothing else like it on the road. Starting from the headlight to the fuel tank, side panels and the tail, everything looks very distinct. The design flows from front to back and the bike looks very sporty and contemporary. The round headlight has a flattened touch. The DRL is a LED ring. This round headlight looks very different from the one found on Honda CB300R. You will notice that flat and wide tank. It makes the bike feel very low and will help you crouch forward for that very aggressive cafe racer style riding position. Now, even though the underpinnings of this bike are from a KTM Duke, the design is Husqvarna's very own. Like those side panels on the fuel tank. It's not often that you see a single panel on a naked motorcycle that runs from front of the fuel tank to under half a seat. It looks good and makes the bike look very compact. The fit and finish also seems really good, and there are nice little touches all over the bike. Like the top caps of the front fork with the WP branding. Even though the suspension is not adjustable, it still looks really cool. There's more to this unique styling, like the lime green stitching on the seat, the side covers on the radiator, and the engine casing in the bronze cover. And it doesn't look like that Husqvarna has cut any corners by using KTM parts. Even small things like the rear foot peg mounts are of a different shape. The exhaust is also different and matches the rest of the styling. And I have to point out that this swing arm, even though it is from a KTM Duke, it looks perfect on this bike. Surprisingly, the worst thing about the Vidpillion is not the sari guard. I mean, yeah, it still looks hideous and you have to take it off as soon as you get the bike. But this time, it is the grab rail. Yeah, it looks simple, but still, it is bad and doesn't work with the styling at all. Well, that said, I think these Husqvarnas are very interesting and the most stylish bikes to be ever launched in this segment. And we just can't wait to ride them. Alright, we hope things will get better soon and we can actually go out and test new bikes for you. Until then, take care. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you in the next video.